I'm going to show you a little about what the mouse can do and how you can use it.
The machine that man has made so that we can communicate.
Computer channel.
That's Internet Week.
All next week.
Only on the Computer Channel.
Enter the world of cyberspace. Learn how to connect
And the telephone. Where would we be without this?
The last 15 or 20 years have marked some really seismic transformation in communication. Where before mobile phones 20 years ago, people communicated via landline telephones, or they may even write letters. And then we saw the birth of email and the rise of the internet. And then really the rise of mobile phones, which meant people could be reached anywhere. Messaging is arguably the most widely used feature on a mobile phone today. Where we're going and what we're really excited about is the rise in what we call next-gen messaging, like WhatsApp or RCS from Google or Apple Messages for Business, combined with the rise in Gen AI. And so everything now has the ability to be delivered in a very rich experience with images, with the ability to purchase things inside of that conversational experience. And the data also that can come back for businesses is really transformative.
I was always fascinated by communication technology. I started my first project at the end of 2001 when I was still a student. I built like the virtual community for the town of Vodnjan. This is my hometown. And this virtual community was basically like a small social network. You could subscribe to receive information through the web, email, and SMS was a part of that. This project really failed, to be honest. I graduated and then we started another version. And we said, okay, now if we fail, this is not for us. I always believed, So we started a new project, Infobip, which was like Infobip version 3, and we became an SMS API platform. And we started to grow like crazy, very exponentially. We come from this very small town, Vodnjan, which is like 3,200 inhabitants. And today the company is 3,500 employees all around the world. I think about 65 or 70 nationalities.
So we're a fairly large company, but we work very differently than our competitors. The company was actually founded by some engineers. Functionally, engineering is part of our DNA.
We were on a mission to democratize interactions between businesses and people. And that mission started in 2006. And at that time, most of the things that were happening were phone. And then there was this whole internet mania with email and everything else. But nobody sort of focused on messaging. So we built a whole business around enabling businesses to message with their customers on one-on-one terms.
What we're seeing is with the younger generations proliferating more of the global population, they prefer actually not to talk on the phone. And so we're riding some of these mega trends where most of the behavior now is done through conversational interactivity or via messaging.
Realize that conversation between businesses and people do not need to be just communication. They can actually be real interactions. So you can get into the channel and enable customers to do something like buy things or pay for their ticket in a messaging channel. And through that innovation, we kind of enabled people to extract more value from the communication, really revolutionizing what can you do with all of these communication that businesses build.
In our daily lives, we tend to tailor our communication depending on who we are talking to. Whether it's family, it's colleagues, we tend to adjust our tone, our message to best suit the relationship and also the context. Similarly, it's imperative for brands to personalize their communication by understanding the customer's needs, preferences, how they react, and most importantly, the appropriate time to connect.
We started innovating because when I talk to a business, I might like somebody who speaks more formal language. You might like somebody who's more kind of casual. So we are now, especially with help of generative AI, allowing businesses to launch different personas so they can tailor that type of interaction or to preference of their customers or consumers.
Uber is a strategic partner of ours, and we work with them on a global scale. We started out doing things like number masking so that an Uber rider could contact their Uber driver via text message experience or a phone call. That number masking actually obscures the phone number and protects the identity of both the Uber driver as well as the Uber passenger. And that relationship has expanded actually pretty significantly. We're sending messaging alerts that your Uber driver has arrived. We've also done some very unique things where we've integrated into WhatsApp the ability to order an Uber ride. And we're excited to grow that as other markets are ready to adopt it.
So we have in our humble opinion, the best technology globally for this business. With the best technology, stability, flexibility of the technology, you could achieve super good customer experience. It is connected with our very global, local strategy with going all around with offices from countries in Africa, Latin America, North America, Asia Pacific.
In Asia, we have witnessed that many countries had embraced the digital technology at a very early stage. And this was pretty much visible in sectors like retail e-commerce, ride-sharing, and fintech. It creates a fertile ground for companies like us to create something meaningful that best suit the regions. For instance, while today's chatbots might suggest the next best flight options based on simple query, a chatbot powered by quantum computing would take the conversation a step further, asking for specific preferences and offering a range of personalized options, much like a human customer service representative.
We stay very close to the technology providers that enable us to do all these great things. The hyperscaler companies like Microsoft and Amazon, and Google and Meta and so forth. And so the combination of all of this really enables us to be very innovative, and we bring that to our customers every day.
So our whole vision is to basically democratize the future of digital interaction between businesses and people, to easier get something solved from their bank or from their retailer. With more context, you don't need to repeat things, you can reach out whenever, from wherever, and get things done really quickly.
We're living in a world where there is sort of an attention deficit. Whether that's good or bad, it's just a fact. In the Middle Ages, if you wanted to say that you love somebody, you would write 14 pages love letters. Now you will send a smiley with a heart. I don't want to give a judgment whether that's good or bad, but that's just the world we are living in. So if businesses now start over-explaining, communicating too much in the age of attention deficit, they will lose the customer or consumer. So, having that very streamlined, pointy communication at the right time, it feels like adding value, and it's short and concise. It's a critical in ever accelerating world. And the businesses that master that will be able to grab more attention of customers than the ones that don't.